Well, not a day goes by that I don't see something, just something, screaming coronavirus nonsense. I mean, I've got basically 4 completely, like, they're not even related, like, oh, it's the same thing, but like 4 different people, 4 different articles are saying it. It's not that. Basically 4 whole, completely different things regarding the coronavirus nonsense, but related to coronavirus nonetheless. So I'm going to do all 4 of these at once. You're getting a 4 for 1, so I don't have to sit here, start recording, stop recording, do another video, start recording, stop, just for the title purposes. I think we're all beyond really needing a title for all of what I'm about to tell you and actually read to you technically. But for the overlords at YouTube, let me give you the disclaimer. Don't listen to anything that I'm about to tell you. It's probably all fake that I'm going to tell you that, so don't take a single word that I say as anything other than right-wing conspiracy nonsense. My eyes are keyed out. Thank you very much. First off, John McAfee posts an interesting video. Spanish police attempt to arrest a woman not wearing a mask. However, bystanders pull the woman away from the police and chase the police away while chanting "Liberty, liberty, liberty." And the one female cop, if you will, you can see it all over her face, her body. My quote-unquote power has just been checked. And I don't really know what to do because we are way outnumbered. And I think we're going to retreat. But I'm kind of mad because they put me in check. But I don't really have a choice. So, yeah, just watch for yourself. Let's take a look at this old girl. And they should actually be singing, "This is how we do it." This is how we do it. Take notice, Americans, to how the citizens in Spain react to someone not wearing a mask. Over here in America, we get Karens. We get a bunch of Karens. You know you're not wearing that mask, right? It's not supposed to go under your nose. You have to cover the whole... Next. WashingtonExaminer.com. Again, look surprised. Masks for thee, but not masks for me. Nancy Pelosi's district again. Remember the whole hair salon fiasco the other day? She went in without a mask. They set me up. The salon owner set me up. No. I don't think the salon owner said, "Hey, Nancy, even though you should know this since you're a lawmaker, the top lawmaker, as a matter of fact, in Congress, as the Speaker of the House, but there's still a coronavirus ordinance. And I don't need to tell you to wear a mask. You should already know this." Anyways, San Francisco gym owners are livid after discovering gyms in government buildings have been opened for months. Gyms within government buildings in San Francisco, Nancy Pelosi the treat, have been open for months, despite privately owned establishments being ordered to close due to, well, coronavirus. It's shocking. It's infuriating. Danielle Rabkin of CrossFit Golden Gate told a local NBC station, even though they're getting exposed, there are no repercussions, no ramifications. It's shocking, she said. The gyms that have been open for government employees include those for police, judges, lawyers, bailiffs, and paralegals, according to the report. One such gym, the Hall of Justice Gym, has been open since July 1st, by the way. Quote, it just demonstrates that there seems to be some kind of double standard between what a city employee is allowed to do and what the residents of San Francisco are allowed to do. Dave Carricker, owner of MX3 Fitness, in the Castro said. What the city has unwillingly done is created this great case study that says that working out indoors is actually safe, said Carricker. So at this point, we're just demanding that they allow us to have the same workout privileges for the citizens of San Francisco that the employees of San Francisco have. So, Speaker of the House, who's 80 years old, by the way, prime target age group for dying from coronavirus. High probability when you're over 70, because the data, again, the recent CDC data said all of those deaths, 70 years old median age. Nancy Pelosi, being 80, you would think would be wearing 2 masks, or maybe a mask and one of those face shields. Although between you and me, she needs a face shield, but not for that reason. Moving on. Russia Today, RT.com. The 1% blunder, how a simple but fatal math mistake by U.S. COVID-19 experts, the ones telling us everything, caused the world to panic and order lockdowns. Oh, so this is why we're locked down. Let's see what this says. By Malcolm Kendrick, doctor and author who works as a GP in the National Health Service in England. His blog can be read here, blah, 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 blah. Okay. In February, U.S. COVID guru Anthony Fauci, you know him, predicted the virus was akin to a severe flu and would therefore kill around 0.1% of people. Then fatality rate predictions were somehow mixed up to make it look 10 times worse. When you strip everything else out, the reason for lockdown comes from a single figure, 1%. This was the prediction that COVID, if left unchecked, would kill around 1% of us. You may not think that 1% is enormous, but 1% of the population of the world is 70 million people. And that's a lot. It would mean 3.2 million Americans dead and 670,000 Britons. But where did this 1% figure come from? You might find this hard to believe, but this figure emerged, by mistake. Mistake! Hey! Yeah, sorry. A pretty major thing to make a mistake about, but that is what happened. Such things occur. They go on to give an example about NASA. Lost contact with the Mars Climate Orbiter. They did some wrong math and it crashed into the damn planet. That old chestnut. Which fatality rate did you say? First, there is the infection fatality rate, or IFR. This is the total number of people who are infected by a disease and the number of them who die. This figure includes those who have no symptoms at all or only very mild symptoms. Those who stayed at home, coughed a bit, and watched Outbreak, for example. Then there's the case fatality rate, or CFR. This is the number of people suffering serious symptoms who are probably ill enough to be in the hospital. Clearly, people who are seriously ill, the cases, are going to have a higher mortality rate than those who are infected, many of whom don't have symptoms. Simply put, all cases are infections, but not all infections are cases. Which means that the CFR will always be far higher than the IFR. With influenza, or the flu, the CFR is around 10 times as high as the IFR. COVID seems to have a similar proportion. Now, clearly, you do not want to get these figures mixed up. By doing so, you would either wildly overestimate, or wildly underestimate the impact of COVID. But mix these figures up, they did. The error started in America. We love you, but did not end there. In healthcare, the U.S. is very much the dog that wags the tail. The figures they came up with are used globally. On February 28, 2020, an editorial was released by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and the CDC. Published in the New England Journal of Medicine, the editorial stated, quote, "The overall clinical consequences of COVID-19 may ultimately be more akin to those of a severe seasonal influenza." They added that influenza has a CFR of approximately 0.1%. One person in 1,000 who gets it badly will die. But that quoted CFR for influenza was 10 times too low. They meant to say the IFR, the infection fatality rate, for influenza was 0.1%. This was their fatal flaw, quite literally their mistake. The mistake was compounded on March 11th. The same experts testified to Congress, stating that COVID CFR was likely to be about 1%. So one person dying from 100 who fell seriously ill, which, as time has passed, has proved to be pretty accurate. At this meeting, they compared the likely impact of COVID to flu, but they used the wrong CFR for influenza. The one stated in the previous NEJM editorial is so 0.1% or 1 in 1,000, not 1 in 100. That is 10 times too low. Flu toll 1,000, COVID toll 10,000. So they matched up the 1% CFR of COVID with the incorrect 0.1% CFR of flu. Suddenly, COVID was going to be 10 times as deadly. So, it says if influenza killed 50, then COVID was going to kill 500. If influenza killed 1 million, COVID was going to get 10 million. No wonder Congress and then the world panicked, because they were told COVID was going to be 10 times worse than influenza. They could see 3 million deaths in the U.S. alone and 70 million around the world. Remember that? Remember that chart I told you guys? Hey, I've got to have them save this. In 3 months from now, remember me, Jay Snip fighting with everybody, Bix, Cliff High, Bix Weir, fighting with everybody. Don't listen to this BS. In 3 months, I'm going to show you this chart that they told you is how bad it's going to be, and it's going to be a complete nothing burger. Mark my words. I got it set on the calendar for June the 6th or whatever. I think it was June 5th or 6th. 3 months, guys. Give me 3 months. Watch this. Or 2 or 3 months, whatever I said in the video. Sure enough, 500 million dead. No. Wrong. Down, 0.01, 0.000. Oh, okay, we're way off. And then, my calendar reminder. Hey guys, Jay Snip here. Listen. Here's the thing I saved. I told you I'd save. Everybody was flipping out about. I'm trying to keep everybody calm. Here it is. Boom. Remember that? JSNIP4 at your service, my friends. Next one. Final one. KGUN9.com. Some kind of local TV station. Looks like Tucson. COVID-19 rerun tests reveal some student athletes and others had false positive results. You know, the University of Arizona says COVID-19 retesting on some student athletes and other individuals showed false positives last week. This was posted September the 6th. That was yesterday. On Thursday, after Arizona Athletics reported a single day of high positive COVID-19 test results and conducting contact tracing, the medical director requested rerun test samples, stating that the contact tracing history did not uphold the positive results, according to University of Arizona. The retest displayed that false positive results were previously reported due to, inconsistent information, which urged the additional testing. Arizona Athletics Director of Medical Services Dr. Stephen Paul said. On September the 3rd, the athletics department reported 13 positive test results for athletes. After a rerun of those tests, 2 came back positive. 13 got up. Do it again. Nope, only 2. That's a pretty big difference. Now listen, if it was 13 and it came back 10, okay. 11? Yeah, sure. Okay. But 13, do it again? Nope, only 2. That's a pretty huge difference. According to the university, in addition, there were 12 positive tests of non-athletes collected at Campus Health. After a rerun of those, 8 came back positive. Again, that's 50% less. The lab attributes the incorrect results to an instrumentation error and will perform a full audit of testing processes so that we'll just continue going forward. There'll be more false positives. Maybe someone will catch it, maybe somebody won't. We're going to pretend like we're going to do something different, and we're really not, because that's how everything works in this world. We're going to have a committee, 9/11 Commission, Savings and Loans Crisis Commission, then the Iraqi War Commission. Oh, no, we're going to change this. We're going to do that. We're going to make an audit. Okay, and we're not doing anything. Immediately go back to breaking the law. That's how that works. So forgive me if I think this testing facility that they're using in the equipment, the instrumentation error, I don't have much faith in it. I just read you 4 completely different reasons that the numbers and coronavirus itself should be front and center of everybody's local government, state government, and federal government right now, saying, what in the F are we doing? Stop these mask mandates immediately, because the data is so wrong from every direction. We can't trust any of it. And that is the truth. The data is wrong everywhere. But again, don't listen to me. I am a right-wing Republican conspiracy theorist according to YouTube. And they don't want you hearing these words. So don't listen to anything that I've just told you. Treat it as completely fake news. Okay? I'll link all the articles, though, for your viewing pleasure. Take care.